In this video, I am going to show you how to customize your WordPress site by adding pages. Okay, so this is a brand new WordPress site. There's no user content on it as of yet. To get into this area, which is your dashboard, you want to go to your domain and put a / and wp-admin. All right, and then you'll get a little login screen where you will use the username and password that were selected during your WordPress installation, and that will bring you to this page. All right. Now, we're not going to look at posts in this video. Posting is the whole blogging aspect of WordPress. What we're looking at is pages, which is more the static portion of WordPress. So, for example, if you're using WordPress and you just want it to be, you just want to use it to create a website as opposed to a blog, you would strictly deal with pages. All right, so let's go here and we'll go to all pages, and we'll see that WordPress does come with a sample page in place just so you can see how things are set up a bit. And to see your site, you can go up to the top left-hand corner, and I would right-click on the Visit Site link and say Open Link in New Tab. Then we can pop over there and see it just says Hello World, okay? And it tells you Welcome to WordPress. This is your first post. Edit or delete it, then start blogging, right? So let's go back here. We'll close that page. And let's go ahead and actually delete that page. So when you hover over the name of the page, a little menu appears here. We'll click on Trash. And now we have no pages found, all right? Now what we want to do is create a new page, which will be our home page. So we can go up to Add New, right to the right of Pages here, and we click on that, and we get the basic form, which can be used to add and edit content on a page. So let's just call this home page for the moment. And here, this is our rich text area. Okay, so you can not only put straight text, but you can bold and italicize and do cross out and bulleted lists, numbered lists. Check out all the icons, your left, center, right. You can add links, you can remove links. Okay, there's a variety of formatting options, just like as if you were building an email, for example. Okay, you can also add media such as pictures, etc. But let's go to a text file that I have that has some introductory paragraphs for this website, and we'll copy that and go back here, and we can simply paste that in. All right, so now we have our 3 paragraphs, and for example, I could bold this text here. Okay, and if you're happy with the content, you can go straight ahead and publish that page using the button on the right hand side. Now, by default, WordPress, the homepage on a WordPress installation will show you the latest blog posts. But what we're talking about here right now is a site centered more around pages than posts. Okay, so let's go down to settings. Okay, and we will go to reading down here, the 3rd item. And here we have front page displays. And as I said, the default is your latest posts. But what we want to do is set a static page. Okay, so for the front page, we'll select home page. Okay, and since we're not doing posts, I'll just ignore that little bit there and go ahead and click on Save Changes. Now, if we go and right click on Visit Site, open in a new tab, we get actual content on our home page instead of the Hello World bit, right? And you can see you don't necessarily want home page as your title here. We could maybe put that to Wise Way pellets, stoves, etc. Right? But the idea is there, and you've got your first page set up. Now let's go back into the dashboard here and we'll add another page. So let's go back to pages. Okay, we're going to click on Add New, and we're going to call this page Videos. All right, and what I have is a list of YouTube videos that I want to show on this particular site of how to use these particular stoves. Okay, so I'm going to grab a description, a short title / description for one of the videos here, and I'm going to paste that in. All right, and now I want to add an embed for the YouTube video so that the video can be previewed or actually watched fully right on the website. So what I need to do in the editor here, we're currently on the visual editing tab. I want to switch over to the text editing tab, and this gives me actual code view of the page. Okay, and I need to open up a new tab and go to YouTube. Okay, and we're going to go back and get the link to that particular video that we want. Okay, now we won't bother watching the video at this point. We will simply go to Share down here. Okay, and we don't want the full playlist. We just want the video itself, so we uncheck. This happens to be on a playlist. Okay, and we want the embed. Oh, have to uncheck that again. We can choose our size here. 560 seems reasonable for the site. So we'll select this code here and we'll copy that. We'll go back into our code view. This is just a non-breaking space. We don't need that, so I'm going to delete that out, and I'm going to paste in the video code. Okay, and let's go ahead and publish this page. Okay, and if we go back to our homepage preview here and hit refresh on the browser, now we see that we have homepage and videos. The new page is automatically added to the main menu. So if we click on that, here we have, perfect, right? We have our title here, which we could format to make a little bit more bold, but the video is happily embedded right within the page, okay? So there's several to do. Let's do one more. Just as an example, second video, here's our description. So we're going to copy that and we're going to go back in and paste in that line. Give yourself a bit of white space, right? And back to our records here. This HTTP actually needs that space taken out, and formatting on the link is corrupted there a bit, but here we go. Now it looks fine. And we will go back in to a new tab, call up the video. Okay. Now again, we don't have to watch it, so I'll just pause that there. We're going to go to Share, going to go to Embed. Okay, this one's not on a playlist, so there's nothing to uncheck there. The code is already selected, but if it isn't, you could select it using your mouse. Right click, copy, switch back, paste it in. Okay. Update the page. It's already published, so now you're simply updating. And if we go back to our videos page and refresh our browser, there's our second video. Okay. Now if we go back into our editing and slip back into visual here, we could maybe bold these descriptions, make them stand out a little bit more, put a colon on the end there, update our page, and I will quickly add the rest of the videos. So here I've added the additional videos, and you can see we have a whole selection, each one of which can be viewable right on the page. And of course, there's always the full screen option. So you can pop up to full screen and hit escape to escape full screen, and everything is perfectly visual. Now, because we're creating a page-centered WordPress site and we're not interested in the posts at this time, we'll go back to our control panel and go into posts. Okay, and we want to select the sample post, Hello World. And we want to go under bulk actions and say move to trash, which is another way to delete. And click on apply. Okay, that would be useful if you had several posts. You could select the ones you wanted to delete, apply the deletion, and off they'd go. All right, now also there's a test comment that they put onto the system. Looks like that's already been removed, probably when we killed the post or the initial page. If we take a look at our preview of the site, our post and comment bits have disappeared from our main menu here. I've already refreshed this page. Now, we'll probably, if we're not doing the post thing, we'll want to get rid of archives and categories. Okay, and probably don't need all this meta either. So let's go ahead and we'll go into our dashboard here. We'll go down to Appearance and go to Widgets. Okay, and here's where we have in this particular theme our primary sidebar. Okay, and we can drag off elements that we don't need. So pull off recent posts. Comments we can leave because people may leave comments on our pages. Archives have to do with posts, so we'll pull that off. Actually, they're popping into our footer area there. We want to pull them down here, so pull them down to our inactive widgets area. Oh, didn't take. Let's try that again. But wait for the dotted line there and then drop it. Okay, what else that we didn't need the meta? We'll pull that down. And you see the dashed line, you know you can drop it safely. Okay, let's go back to our page here. We'll switch to the home page. And we'll see we have recent comments. Oh, categories. Let's clear that out. And of course, any of these can always be pulled back up. And you've got all these other items, available widgets that you can pull over, not just onto the primary sidebar, but content sidebar and the footer widget area. Different themes may have different areas that you can add and remove from, but this is the basic functionality within WordPress. So let's look at our home page again. We'll hit refresh. And the additional areas are cleared from the sidebar. Okay, so basically we have our search, we have any recent comments that are going to show up. We could add anything else that we want from that available widget area, but otherwise we'll be building up our new pages, and they'll all be available from the top, main menu. Now let's go back to our dashboard and we'll add a logo for the website. Now in the dashboard on the left, we have appearance, and we can go down to header. Now this is for the 2014 theme in WordPress. Okay, things can be different on different themes, but here we have where we can select an image, and WordPress does tell us that the image should be at least 1260 pixels wide, and the suggested height is 240 pixels. Now the logo I've been given for this site does not match those dimensions, so we're going to see about making those dimensions match. Now here I've opened Photoshop and I have the image in place, and if I go and select all and look at info, this is 1080 by 630. Alright, so since we can only reasonably go 240 high, it's recommended anyway, and there is some extra white space at the top and bottom here. Let's crop some of that out so that our 240 is not quite as limiting in terms of content. So we'll crop that out, and I'm going to assume that I want the logo portion centered on the page. So let's first size it by height. So we go in, make sure that you have pixels set here, go image, image size, and put 240 for the height. Okay, and we can view actual pixels so we can see exactly what we're looking at here. And then making sure that, in this case, white being the operative color here, white is the background color on our swatches. Go image, canvas size now instead of image size. Okay, and we'll extend it to 1260. Now if we fit that on the screen, basically we have a wide banner type header image at the moment. So let's save that. We'll just call this one Wiseway header. Okay, now if we switch back to our WordPress installation here, under Select Image, we can click on Browse, choose our Wiseway header, and click on Upload. Now the next screen gives us the ability to crop the image, but I will accept the fact that the whole entire image here is selected. If you wanted to crop, you could pull these little boxes in, okay, the corners and the edges. See how the cursor changes? You could resize and crop, but I'm going to say skip cropping, publish image as is. Okay, and let us check what that looks like. Hit refresh here on the home page. There we go. We have now added our header image to the top here. Now it does give the option as well to have or not have the text here. So where it says under header text, show header text with your image, we can uncheck that if we like and hit Save Changes. And let's preview what happens there. There we go. So if you find that that text is redundant, you've got your header image, search your recent comments, here's your home page, content to date anyway. You can click on your other videos page. That one comes up. Of course, new pages can be added. And because WordPress does have drop-down menu capability, you can add far more pages than you can fit across the line here. If you make, for example, if you had a products page and then you wanted detail pages for each of your products, you could make the detail pages children of the product page. All right, so you've got plenty of room for growth here if you're building a static style WordPress site. And if you ever wish to change your header image, of course, you can go back, browse for a new file, upload it. In this case, again, we want to skip the cropping. It gives you the ability now to choose between the two images. So if you like to cycle periodically, all the images that you've chosen as your header image will be available here. Click on Save Changes. Back to our preview, hit refresh. And there's the new banner image. Now, hopefully this was enough to get you started editing and modifying your own WordPress installation. Thanks for watching.